Okay, this is part 2 from the last video I made. This is going to show you how to add letters and numbers to your opacity map for your tattoo on Imvu. First off, you're going to need to have your GIMP. You need to have GIMP, paint, and then your photos open. You're going to have to use your photo editing app on your computer for the cropping that you might have to do. So those are the 3 things you need to have open: paint and GIMP. And then open your photos so you can add to your opacity map. See, I've already got it pulled up on my GIMP. And what I did here was, as you can see, I added the numbers and the letters. How I created the letters and the numbers was I went to paint. They'll give you a little box. You can resize the box to any size you want it to. But just use this one as an example. Okay, so here we go. You're going to want to choose color, and you're going to want to have like a paintbrush. Make sure you have it black. When you hit that, the whole thing turns black. Because it's opacity, you want the black background with white letters or numbers. Okay, and if you're going to add letters, you just come up here, click on letters, and you might have to experiment with the size of the letters you want. You might have to experiment with what size letters you pick. And you have to move the box, the letter box around to move it to where you want it. Okay, just say, okay, well, I'll just type in 504 for an example. See, that box wasn't big enough to fit the 4 into. So you'll need a bigger box than this one. And that was size 48 lettering. Now you can play around with the sizes of the lettering if you want to. You can make them bigger, smaller, whatever. So I'll just say 504, see if they all 4 fit in there. They don't. Okay, so you'll need a bigger box. You're just going to have to resize this box up here. Go to this and then see. Undo everything. Or you can even close it out. Don't save. And what you can do is still go back to opening your paint. See, because I already have paint pulled up over here. I have paint pulled up over here, so let me resize this box. Pixel by pixels, 100 by 80. I'd say 100 by 100. Make sure you unclick that maintain aspect ratio box. 100 by 80, we'll just say that. Okay, that made the box a little bit bigger. You're probably going to want one even bigger than that, unless you size your numbers down. Okay, now, as far as your letters, like I said, you want white letters on the black background. Don't need that yet. Gotta get a paint bucket. Make sure everything is black. Now pick your letter size you want. Okay, we done decided 48's too big for that. So let's just say 24 for an example. want to drag your box over here even and then just say this. Put it in 504. Okay. And then what you would want to do is you want to save that file or whatever. You're going to want to save that file. Because see, I already have an example of letters that already made. Letters and numbers already made. So I'm going to drop that down. Don't save it. As you can see, there it is on my. Go over to my folder where I have stuff at. This is where your photos comes in. Because as you can tell, some of these, here, I'll do this one. Double click this one so it opens in your photos. Now this will take a minute for it to open. It'll take a minute or two for it to open it. Because you need to crop off all the black. As much of the black as you possibly can. To make it easier to fit on the tattoo opacity. I apologize if this thing takes so long to load, but just bear with me. Okay, so there we are. And then now you can do this. So this lets you edit your photo. It lets you edit the image. This thing is very slow to respond. Bear with me here. Eventually it will. There it goes. Okay, so now it's ready to crop and rotate. What you do is you take and get in just as close as you can to it. Draw it in as much as you can. Well, not like that. Just draw into it as much as you can. Leave as little black on the sides and the top as possible. Like that right there. Okay, and then of course you're going to want to click down here on the bottom to the save a copy. And then once you do that, the copy will be saved to your, put it in your folder where you have the rest of it, like in here. I've already cropped a bunch of them that way. So once you have it cropped and you have it named, what you want it to name it, then you come in here. What I always do is I leave it open. I leave that file folder open. My tattoo folder, I leave it open. And then I just drop and drag. I don't open it in layers or anything like that. Because this way it'll stay the size it is. Because if you try to upload it, like I did with the tattoo and all that, the GG and all that would have been the same size as the tattoo was. So I would have a lot more trouble. You have a lot more trouble trying to size that down. So what I did, I would just leave it pulled up like this. Okay. Let's see, where's my tattoos at? The tattoo folder. Here, there. Open your tattoo folder and kind of do it this way. kind of drop it down, and then you go through, you look through all your photo, you look through the whole thing. You flip through till you find the one you want, and then you grab it, and you drop and drag it. You drop it and drag it on the image. Okay, and then you place it on the image. And what I did with this one is, when I dropped it down, I made sure that since this is a middle point, I made sure that in order to be able to line it up perfectly, I made sure that that straight piece was going in between the two G's and right through the middle of the 0 and the 504. So that helped me center the letters and the number on the tattoo. So once you get them, you might still have to size them down, up or down. When you get them here, you might want to, like say, I might want to make the GG bigger. Like see, I might want to make that GG a little bit bigger. So I'll show you how to do that. If it does the right one. There it goes. I can always make the GG a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger, a little bit taller. You see. So now, and then now of course see it book back up. You got to be careful with it when you're doing it, because it is very picky. But that's how you do it, and you just want to center it into there. And then once you do that, you come back up here to file and do just like you did, just like I said on the other video. Come in here and you want to go to export as. Okay, when you hit export as, this will pop up and you write down whatever you want to. Just so you'll recognize what make sure it's a name you'll remember. And then you just click export, which I don't need to do because I've already got this one done. Just click on export, and then export will pop up again, and that's all there is to it on that one. Okay, now you come back here to your Imvu, and you click on your edit, the opacity, and you look up your other opacity that you finished, your final product of the opacity, and you upload it into there, and then you click add changes, apply changes, and then voila, there you go. That's how you add letters and numbers to tattoos on Imvu. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I hope you'll come back for more of my videos.